Oh my God.
So funny.
Welcome to the
King-Abrams Show. So what you hear is comedian, biology major / other stuff, businessman. This guy is the real deal. This guy is laughing because he just watched me full on put on my game face in a matter of
10 seconds.
10 seconds or less.
I don't know who you are right now.
What do you mean? He walked in the studio. Samson, by the way. Shout out to my producer, Samson Kruppen. I was intending to introduce you. Samson and I were going to do a few minutes of just sort of prattle, and then I was going to bring you in. You started cracking up laughing during the intro music, so now I have to address this. What just happened? First of all, let me just prerequisite.
Yes, ma'am.
Bileko, you and I have known each other.
Yes.
It's going on, something like that. And then, from just doing comedy, you come to my speakeasy Thursday nights in North Hollywood, secret location. It's amazing. And you see me in my Pumas and my hoodies.
Comedy gear.
Right. And so here I am with all of this.
Yeah. You're
like,
your teeth are clean. Your edges are laid.
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Your back's out. You're showing your shoulders. Your clavicles out.
You asked me, yes, and I can protrude my shoulders forward and make them look more feminine. I get many compliments, right? You come in, you say to me, "Oh my God, you look so feminine."
So feminine.
And then the follow-up question, who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
What do you mean?
No, because the comedy gear, comedy's so tough. People don't realize. People always think it's like jokes.
Yeah.
And it's like fun, but it's such a tough industry where you have to like be like thick-skinned. So to see you like now, you're like vulnerable right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying being a woman is vulnerable or feminine is vulnerable, but you're just like
it does, I think, shave off a few layers of toughness.
Yeah.
When you are feminine.
Yeah.
Because number one, you may or may not be in heels. Tonight I'm in some.
Oh, like your nails are done, your toes are done. I'm like,
right. You can't fight at an optimal level if you're completely feminine. So you do shed some layers of toughness into vulnerability.
Oh yeah, no dick jokes comes from this outfit.
That's not true at all.
Hilarious.
Now, first of all, I have two different stage personas. Sometimes I dress like this, and then sometimes, with the heels, and then sometimes I have the sneakers and the hoodie.
At the J Spot, be wearing the heels?
Yeah, if I go out to a real stage, I'm wearing heels.
Oh yeah, trying to get
Charles. I'm doing oh shit, now I'm having a marijuana brain fart. Ellen, I'm doing Ellen, but with heels.
Right,
on stage.
Yeah,
I'm doing a suit jacket, a blouse.
Oh, okay.
Right, some jeans and heels.
Oh, you doing the J Spot, you getting
and like the tranny lashes, similar to the ones I'm wearing now.
You said the tranny lashes. That's hilarious.
Well, it comes from somewhere. Yeah, no, I have an insecurity for those that have ever seen my act. I feel like when I put on the lashes and the makeup, like for those that don't know me and know that I like have children, I feel like people are zooming into my social media pictures and wondering if I could be a tranny. Like I could be.
No, you can't.
Look closely. It's the jawline and the raspy, somewhat raspy voice.
You sound like an auntie that smokes cigarettes. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'd rather be tranny than like auntie that smells like
you're
Chris Tucker's mom in Friday. No, I won't.
No, not like that. Which is hilarious. No, you're not like that. You know that auntie that the whole house smells like cigarettes. She got the plastic wrap around.
Yeah, I don't want to be that bitch. No thanks.
You're on your way.
Okay.
Before today. Before today, you were on your way.
Where are we?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Who are you people?
You smell like, I hugged her. She smelled like shea butter. I was like, what? That dead silence.
I'm trying to figure out where should we go?
Hey, you are the captain of the ship.
I'm the captain of the ship. Yeah, no, I do. I have a slight insecurity. I feel like honestly, like every time I've ever had roommates, female roommates, I've always my neighbors have just assumed that I'm the man in the relationship, in the lesbian relationship.
You're 5'3".
I'm short. I solder and build with wood, and when I don't have to be in front of people, I'm wearing
A
sneakers.
frail bone structure. You have your shoulder, like you're.
Yeah, but no, this is all muscle, baby.
Yeah, you probably ran track in high school or something like that.
I ran track.
Okay.
I did a lot.
So
of
those
shit.
people that think that they've never been around an athlete, so they don't know.
Maybe. Well, you're not making me feel better, but you're not making me feel worse.
Well, just like moderation, baby.
Hey, so
Yes, ma'am.
well, Samson, how are you today, man? Thanks for coming.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, yes, of course, Sam. How are you guys doing? You know, I'm just kind of the creepy guy chilling here in the
We are. I
No,
am
neither
blessed.
neither one of you are allowed to be creepy. I prerequisited that in the text message before you came. I'm like,
You
both of
did,
you, don't be
because
creepy. Don't be
I'm
creepy.
guessing that you got the text also saying, "Hey, I'm in the shower. Don't
Oh, yeah.
don't be
Right.
creepy."
Yeah.
Did you say don't be creepy?
Right.
Yeah, I kind of. Well, the thing was, I'm running late, and both of you were scheduled to arrive somewhere around, the same time within a 15-minute window, and I knew that I had to take a shower at the beginning of that window.
Right.
So here I am texting one man who's married, another guy who's super.
I'm in these streets, lady.
He's
He
gorgeously
likes to
single.
fuck.
In the streets, gorgeously single. And here I am saying, you're coming. They're both coming over to my studio, which is also my home, and I'm gonna take a shower is what I'm gonna write. So
Yeah.
I had to be like,
AKA.
look, motherfucker, don't be creepy, right?
I'm
Like
just
just to
like-
diffuse the potential of misunderstanding.
And we both, when he got here, it's like, Sam.
Yeah, right. I gotta make sure. Nope. Gotta make sure. Make sure.
I did the
Listen,
same thing.
don't. Yeah, no, seriously, I have weapons strategically placed about that.
I can tell it's all black in here too. Yeah.
Good for you both.
Uh,
Well done.
Thank you.
So we're continuing discussion, part 2 of an article I read. Samson, do you have the article?
Yes, ma'am.
I do.
I'm trying to remember if it was it was a study. It wasn't just an article, which makes it more credible. And you being a science man, yeah, I really, Dr. Brian King couldn't be on the show tonight.
Oh, that'd been awesome.
So it's a double treat to have you on, not only as a comedian, but 2 as a science
May
major.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like I just lost
Mhm.
yeah, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Nothing matters.
Uh,
Everyone, you can hear me.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
all in the same room.
I know, right? Yeah, but I hear you.
Yeah, so you hear me, your speakers. So I read a study.
No.
Samson's hopefully bringing that up.
Yeah, it's up.
There it is. Sexual harassment claims considered more credible if made by prototypical women. And so that's the euphemism that I couldn't recall. Prototypical. This is
Funny.
this is another word for bad bitches.
Yeah. The prototypical.
No. The opposite of bad bitches. Ugly bitches.
Oh, that's what they're calling
This is prototypical. Like there's an example
prototypical one.
on the screen. In other words, ugly chicks.
So funny.
Yeah.
We don't give people that don't look aesthetically pleasing respect.
It's really a bad thing.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, is it It's not even an American societal thing. That's just a global thing. It's just
It really
human beings.
is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like to have like a global perspective, like, because I'm from Congo, so I have like this African perspective. Grew up in America. Then you have the European, the world view. We all do it.
Sure.
We'll give a person that's good looking the benefit of the doubt. It don't matter.
Yeah.
In anything.
Yeah. And across cultural boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
The definition of what you said is true, but also the definition of what is considered attractive is essentially the same. What we're looking for is symmetry.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I never looked at it. That's a great word.
It's symmetry. It's if your face is symmetrical, then you're more beautiful. That's sort of the key component, one of the key components.
Right. Especially
So worldwide, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We're all discriminating against ugly people.
Yeah.
And we can't help it.
So this prototypical woman, she doesn't have a shape? Like, what about the body shape?
Well, I think it is all sort of all encompassing, meaning,
Yeah.
if
Because, traditionally a man, when he looks at a woman, he always looks at like her hips. Like since the beginning of time. Oh, she can bear kids
Right.
and stuff like that.
Right. Small waist,
Yeah.
large hips, large breasts. She's young. She's childbearing.
Yeah, she's fertile.
Sure.
She's healthy.
So that it's typically more attractive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's pretty primal,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, we don't need it now. You don't need a tall man with wide shoulders because he's not gonna like hunt buffalo. We
So,
got
but
swords for that.
why do we think that ugly bitches? So the study was, why do we think they're lying? So somewhere in that is the answer to why we think they're lying when they say that they have been sexually harassed or raped.
Because we
example.
don't think it's sad to say it's like, you're not worth it. And it sucks. Like,
Bitch, you are not worthy
because
to
it's
be
like,
raped.
rape is bad. We don't want that to ever happen.
Let's just say sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment, right? But if it does happen, we think it would occur to a woman that's like, oh yeah, you're symmetrically, like, I see why he can help himself.
He raped an unsymmetrical bitch.
Yeah, I was like, oh gee, you're
What's wrong
unsymmetrical.
with
Like,
him?
why would he do that? But it sucks because there's probably more of that happens to women that are prototypical, right, than we think.
Well, I think that it's something we established on the last show, part 1 of this topic, which was that Jamal Doman, very funny comedian, Black business owner as well. Shout out to Jamal Doman and his moving service. LA County. But he said, it's not like rapists are going out and being like, you know what, I'm gonna only rape 10s or high, 10s today. Anything 7 or higher.
Right. It's just
like that's there's no predators are predatory no matter who
it don't
they're
matter.
around.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I just think, I don't know. Just let's go back to when we were kids, right?
Right.
I'll never forget this. I saw a car crash happen when I was like in the 5th grade, and the girl that was pretty, she had a new Honda Civic, actually hit the car that was like a Pinto. Okay. But everybody was believing the Honda Civic because she was pretty and she had a newer
right. Because the girl was pretty and the car was prettier.
And the car was prettier. So if it looks better, we're just giving the benefit of the doubt, because what comes with that is like power, money, respect. Right? Damn. It's amazing.
Damn.
Because think about it. You remember Jerry Seinfeld said you never see like a handsome homeless man. Like, it's rare.
Just come to Los Angeles. Like, come to North Hollywood. There's plenty of them. Oh my God. After my divorce, when I was feeling desperate, I remember this homeless man was crossing the street. I went, damn, he's just a little sweaty. All he needs is a bath and a shave. Look at him. He's gorgeous.
And lithium. He needs lithium. It's psychologically.
There's some very beautiful homeless people in Los Angeles. So not counting Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is outlier.
What you said is accurate.
But it's outlier. You're hilarious. You said all he needs is a shower. Oh my goodness.
It's just a little sweaty. That's the first thing that I said in my mind.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, we give pretty people the benefit of the doubt. Jobs. Look at ESPN.
Yeah.
Every woman that's a correspondent is a 9.
Right.
Probably has no journalism degree, never worked through the ranks.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm just saying.
The first part of what you said, I agreed with.
What we're saying.
They're gorgeous. But why do you assume? There you are. See, that's that human nature part. You're assuming that
because
she's unqualified. She's unqualified.
But not that she's unqualified. Maybe she didn't have to work as hard.
Why? Well, that's not fair.
No, not as hard. Not as hard as like a man. Let's say as hard.
What?
No. Okay. All right. Hold on. Backtrack. Okay. I'm not a sexist. All right. Look. Maybe didn't have to work as hard as a prototypical woman.
Okay. So what you're insinuating is that beautiful women, beautiful people, especially beautiful women, would maybe throughout the process of succeeding at a trade would be given allowances for her beauty, be given passes.
Oh, easy. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, easy.
So that means that whenever you see a beautiful woman in a high place, she must have been given some passes, and so she must be unqualified somehow.
No, not to that. I don't want to say not to that degree. It can't be absolute, but like in a sense of like, if you had 2 candidates, right, for a position, and one was prototypical and one was symmetrical.
You're right. I would choose the one that was more beautiful.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in
but I wouldn't also pass up someone who would be a better fit for the position just because they weren't as beautiful as the other.
But candidate. You're an outlier because you're not only are you intelligent and smart, but this is part 2 of this, so you understand there's an issue with that.
Well, I mean, I would narrow it down to the 2 most qualified candidates, and I'd be like, which one is hotter? Let's hire them.
Good. You just completely ruined mine. Good job out of you. But think about other people that don't have this kind of perspective or know that, oh, this is actually happening. Well, this person might be more qualified. Let's just hire them because of what they bring to the table. But then aesthetics also plays a part.
Well, I think that we're sort of talking about the opposite side of the issue, which is with the study.
I'm sorry.
I feel like we're sort of digressing because we're talking about the more beautiful side.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Like that's, okay. So I have a company where I send people, my staff into people's homes, and we do home services, and I hire. So I try my best not to discriminate for any reason. And I feel like I really have done a good job about it. But I was talking last episode about this one woman who came in, and I look at the resumes, like even for house cleaners, I look at the resumes. I want to know if they can organize, if they've, worked in admin. And so she had everything looked great, man. When she walked in, they said, well, something's wrong with her. I was like, oh, no. I can't send this crazy looking bitch into somebody. Looked like she had been in an accident. That's or like her face.
Presentation, because remember, think about it.
Like a shark accident.
Look, before we get to your resume,
I couldn't hire her.
Your presentation is everything.
She was scared the shit out of my customers.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. It was like Nightmare on Elm Street, walking into your house to try to clean your house. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, presentation plays a part, man. How you look and how you carry yourself. Like, are you clean? Are you doing it? Like, everybody's not.
I was like, if she walks into my house to clean my house, I'd be like, she must steal.
No,
she must.
You'll grab holy water. I rebuke it. You have to leave. But look, so let's say, going back to the article, these women that are like these prototypical women that are dealing with sexual assault,
right,
or whatnot. I think that's wrong and that's unfair. But it's like it's something with human nature. We just believe people that either they look better or they're doing better. We always give them the benefit of the doubt. Fortunately, that's something we have to like change culture. I don't know how we change it.
It is very unfortunate.
And
it is very unfortunate, but I think it, it has something to do with that core human component, in growth, right? Right? We grow, we say, listen, this thing is wrong with me. Let me make steps to try and fix it.
Right.
A lot of people don't have that skill. Some people do.
Do you think also, like, if you help out a woman that's, let's say a woman that's being sexually harassed, that's beautiful, you expect to get something at the end of it? Because I've noticed, like, a man will help out a woman, let's say her tire's flat.
Yeah.
She's pretty. Oh, let me help out this tire, man. I could probably get this pussy after.
So I should give him a blowjob after he helps me change my tire.
But I don't know. Like,
the crazy thing is, if he's hot, I might want to.
Good job out of you.
I'm just saying, we might want to. We might not actually, take action towards that.
But it's just, if I see a woman like on the freeway, tire's flat, and I'm like, do you have AAA? I'll at least ask.
Here's the reality, Bileko.
Yeah.
You don't have to help a woman with her tire or give her 2 stacks for you to want to hit that. You just have to like see her and interact with her.
Yeah, I know.
And then your sex signals light up.
All right.
You're a science guy, you know that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
do we expect that men expect something from us? Is that what you're asking?
Well, okay. So the women that are prototypical get sexually harassed, right?
Ugly women get sexually harassed.
Ugly women get sexually harassed. They're having a hard time.
There should be a hashtag us too instead of me too.
How many women will come out and be like, yeah, we're a part of this movement? I'm ugly. You too, bitch. Me too.
Us too.
Yeah, us too, bitch. We ugly.
You too.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Ugly hoe.
They'll never be in Hollywood. They'll be in East Hollywood. They can't even get to Hollywood.
Oh my God.
No, they'll be in Reseda.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, Rancho Cucamonga. There's some bad ones in Rancho because they all moved from like South LA. Moved out there. There's some bad ones.
Oh my God, this is terrible.
Yeah, no, this is awful. But I don't know. Like, why don't we believe prototypical women? Is because, like, I don't know. Like, we don't respect them. We don't respect people that seem less than. That's a human issue.
No, I think we respect them.
No, we don't.
No, we respect them. Like, we won't jump in line in front of them, and like we respect them. I offer ugly people respect in the marketplace. I don't discriminate. If you're respectful, you're respectful. If your mama raised you right,
yeah, but like,
respectful. It's just that when it comes to sexual encounters.
We don't believe him.
If an ugly bitch comes up and says, I was raped or so-and-so hit on me, like Shamar Moore hit on my ugly ass, the first thing we think of is, no, this bitch is crazy. She's on drugs. She can't be telling the truth.
Well, honestly, we're probably like, yo, he hit on you? He sexually harassed you?
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Probably
sure
just
you
being
didn't-
nice.
It was the opposite, right?
Ooh,
Sure,
but
it wasn't the other way around.
You know what also could be, too? We try to give men the benefit of the doubt, too. Like when women call like sexual assault harassment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we'll probably give the guy the benefit of the doubt. So maybe it's not even, I mean, it probably stems to the prototypical woman, but then we'll be like, oh, did he really? What did he do?
Right.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I think there is just a general sort of
Yeah.
broad female component.
Yeah. But
right.
women be lying.
I mean, like, honestly, yeah. Like at a
Yeah.
core, you know, one dude could come to you and be like, yo, I heard so-and-so was a hoe about
Right.
a girl, and you believe it.
But we believe it.
Period. 50 bitches come out and say Bill Cosby raped him on roofies.
Man, and it was
and
probably
like
offering pudding pops.
80% of them are lying.
Yeah, we think they're all lying.
What in the actual fuck?
Right, you know what I mean?
Whatever.
So then you add to the fact that she's prototypical.
And she's ugly.
Okay. She's prototypical.
AKA ugly.
Well, I'm gonna say it's a girl. You know,
She must be lying.
I'm like, you're a prototypical woman. I'm gonna
Talking last week about it. Bitch, you're prototypical.
You're a prototypical.
You prototypical. Damn, I can't even say it.
I know.
I would never need to say that.
Yeah, I mean, your brains are on too tight. Look.
Prototypical hoe. That's what I was trying to say. Had to stop and think.
But I don't know. We don't give ugly women, gosh, we don't give prototypical women the benefit of the doubt because we're like, get out of here.
Jamal Doman was explaining, it's Doman. Jamal Doman last week was explaining how he was seeing this one girl, like, you know, had a girlfriend, and then he cheated with this like hood rat that was like a 4.5.
Yeah.
And he's like fucking this bitch, and he's thinking, what the hell am I thinking? If I caught with this 4.5,
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna cheat, make it a 9 or 10 or higher.
No, because men are different. We like peace, right?
Yeah.
This 4.5 probably doesn't stress him out. She probably just like, how was your comedy show, baby? You know what I'm saying? Probably could be like a plate of food. Especially when you get to that certain age where you're not.
I think it was like a one time, by the way. I think it was like a one time.
Yeah, he just needed some peace. He was like, oh, my wife or my girl's probably bothering me. This
Yeah.
girl is just like
it's just sex.
Yeah, it's a spa date.
It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if what scale she is. She's a 2 or a 10.
Oh no.
Just sex.
Oh, I was on the phone with my homeboy driving here. He was like, you give me if I have a 10 or if I can have a 7 that's peaceful, give me the 7.
Okay, but wait a minute. All right, say you found 2 peaceful women. One is a 3 and one is a 10.
Oh, peaceful. I'm taking the 10. Clearly.
Of course. Well, let's just say you took both, right?
Okay.
Different time periods.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, both of them tweet out, yeah, I was fucking Bileko Wissa, blah, blah, blah. Would you lie about the ugly one and then tell the truth about the pretty one?
The 10, I'll be like, I did that. Right. Me. I did
But
that.
you'll be like, no, I ain't hit that 3. She's lying.
Man, that bitch lying, man.
That's what's happening. Motherfuckers is lying on these ugly hoes.
Yeah, because the thing is, they don't want to be associated with the prototypical. It's a devaluing thing.
Because your boys are going to clown you. That's the only goddamn.
That's it. But then your value in the streets go down. Oh, he was fucking her.
Oh, God. In the streets, what do you mean? Like your home?
Well, you know, we're comedians, so you know the comedy street, the entertainment, you know, these streets, whatever. You're an engineer, the engineering streets.
That's
like, dear
so
God,
crazy.
Engineer Wissa. Oh, you see what it goes to sleep. Goes
You
to
know,
bed
the
with.
funny thing is when women hear about, like, when I find out my girlfriend's fucking some dude I think is ugly, I'll be like, ew. And then on the next thought is, oh, he must be really nice and like understand, like he must be on this other level, on a great guy.
Let me say what the dudes are thinking. That 3 was a fucking monster in the bed.
Oh, okay.
She was a monster.
God, you guys.
Because she's a role player finally getting playing time. She got to come in hard in the game.
But the 10.
Oh, 10 just sits there, does nothing.
Just sits there, does.
Because she's so pretty, she don't have to work. She knows.
Oh God.
I'm first round pick. I got people offering me contracts.
Ugh.
But the 3,
I don't think it's like that.
the prototypical woman, oh, she's working hard.
I think all of us are working very hard.
That's subjective.
Well, maybe.
Some of you died.
What about Brittany Renner? She's in the news.
Brittany Renner?
Brittany Renner.
Renner. Who's Brittany Renner? Is that the girl that
she was like, she was with Drake, she was with some rappers, she was with she was like girlfriend, boyfriend with these guys, and she posted a picture, a selfie the other day at Jacksonville State, and she says, how's your sons? So
she's out here? Oh, like that?
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Okay.
And everybody wants to hit that. And she's out there doing her thing, making money, and she's just open with her shit. I mean, she's famous for having been with a lot of hip hop people and
Man,
I think basketball.
it's like,
what do you think about that? What do you think about women that do that, like Amber Rose and the Brittany Renners?
I say stay away from them like that. They don't have a good soul. They don't have a good soul. They don't have a good spirit.
But the reason I bring them up. I think these ladies are not just laying there. I think they know what in the entire fuck they are doing when they're in bed.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, I think so too. And it's like rappers talk, right? You know what I'm saying? It's funny when you have excellent health care, you'll fuck whoever. You don't have to think about like catching a disease because you get it cured.
If Brittany Renner said, "Yo, I tweeted it out tomorrow," even though it wasn't true, I fuck Bileko Wissa tomorrow, would you be like, "Yep, I did. I hit that."
I'll be writing that DM. I'll be like, let's make it a reality. When can we get it? No, but in all seriousness, I'd be like, this is just weird. Like,
do you have a picture of Brittany Renner?
I'm gonna look it up. It's just weird to me how like women that give it up that easy. That easy. You have to be very cautious about that. Like, I'm like, we're making.
Is she giving up that? Is she giving it up that easy, or is she choosing who she wants to fuck? I mean, I would imagine the latter is more.
Yeah, I mean, like,
more reality.
Yeah, at least have 500,000 followers on Instagram and be verified. I mean, clearly, like we know her standard, right?
Okay.
But there has to be some type of like moral and ethic. Like, we're being funny, but I'm gonna be serious. Like a woman like that, like I don't care how big I get, I'd be like, man, I gotta watch out for her. That's just problematic. That's an issue. Right? Because something like that intimate, like I'm not a loud person. I don't like to like have my business out there. You know what I mean? But I know we're being funny. Like if she was to be like, "Oh, Bileko, this, that, or whatever," I like it. I'd be like, "Hey, man, keep that energy over there. I don't want that. I don't want any of those issues."
Are you kidding me? If Brittany Renner, let me see this. Let me see a picture. Somebody, please. If she saw you, first of all, she might be attracted to you because you're gorgeous. If she saw you and came towards you, you try and say, "No, I'm staying with this bitch. I heard too much about you."
Griner? No.
You crazy as hell.
You said Renee?
Renner.
How you spell her last name?
Renner, I think. Brittany Renner. That she's getting all this flack all over like the Shade Room and like Baller Alert because she posted a selfie and she's saying, "Hide your sons." She's going to Jackson, Mississippi State.
Where Deion's the coach? Deion Sanders is the coach?
I'm not sure who's coaching.
No, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Hold it up to your camera.
She's more than fucking gorgeous. Did you watch one of those videos on there with her
baby?
body shape? Yeah, she's just had a baby.
Man, she out on these streets like this and got
she doing what the fuck she want to do.
All right, man.
She is so gorgeous. I'm an instant fan. I just heard about her this past week. I hadn't even heard. Look at that.
No, to this camera.
To this camera?
Hold it up to yours.
That's why.
Right.
She's gorgeous.
Look at that.
But I would say this, right?
Like you wouldn't just hit that. You wouldn't have anything to do with that. What do you mean?
No, like, see, the thing is, she's pretty, right? But it's her status, right? Like, if you were to simplify it, right? If I go to the jungles right now, there's a girl prettier than her there. But it's her status.
So it's logistics for
Yeah, because look, I'm just terrified of like the
you
backlash.
Can't compete with Drake and.
No, it's not even that. Like, we're all humans. I don't deal with that. Your status or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, think about the stuff that comes with that. You fuck her, it's a great night.
Amazing head and.
But any girl can get an amazing head. She got
That's not true. That is not true.
She has to work. If she works, she can get better. She can become better at it.
We're off topic.
I know it's so off topic. Where's the prototypical? No, but if she was to hit me up, and I'd be like, no, there's too much baggage here. She's problematic, man.
What's the baggage? I don't understand.
Because you're just thinking about the lust, that 2-3 hours of lust, which is all wonderful.
Sometimes that's all you need.
But then, like a year or a lifetime of baggage, nah, man, keep that. All right, man, I'm good, man. I don't want issues.
But you don't wife her. That's a rule, right? You don't wife a woman like that. You just hit a woman like that.
You knock it out. But there's issues with that. This girl, she's not quite. She's out of control.
You might fall in love because it's so good.
No, she's out of order. She's gonna talk about it. Like, look, let's do this NDA.
Talk about
let's do this NDA.
That's
you know
fair.
what I'm saying? Let's just knock it out or whatever. But then when you pop and you're blowing, and then let's say you're on a campaign run where you're just like, I have this new movie coming out. I'm doing this podcast with King-Abrams. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just, what are you? Why you blowing up my spot?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I mean, I blow up my own spot. I just don't.
I blow up my own spot.
I do. I tell all my business. I just don't name.
She's
drop.
out of.
I use nicknames.
She's out of order. You got to be careful.
I would never listen. I've had my heyday, right? People know me. Know that I've been sober for 8 years. Thank God. Nobody has to hide their sons anymore. But I would never want to be famous for that. I would never want to be socially famous.
But there's so much money in this chaotic lifestyle.
Yeah, I can get money a different way.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
No
But she gets, but in this past 15 years, we've been funding and sponsoring chaotic behavior.
Yeah,
it's very dangerous, man.
It started with Whitney and Bobby.
Whitney and Bob, right? You know what I mean? But it's just you got to be very careful. Now, if I'm 36, if I was like 25 and she hit me up, I'd be like, "Oh, nigga, this is amazing," blah blah blah, or whatever. Because you're not thinking 5-10 years down the line. Girl's chaotic, man.
Well,
and I mean, I don't know her. I don't want to judge her, but I'm just saying, like, women with that type of behavior, where everything, like, just to have your sex
because it's so public, not that she's having sex with people.
Yeah, like porn stars looking like, hey, you say, bitch, like, you know what I'm saying, we out here.
Porn stars are like, we out here.
Yeah, we out here. We've been out here.
What?
Okay.
So, well, I don't know. I'm sure she's a businesswoman and doing her own thing, and it's okay that my position is it's okay that the women are sexual. It's sometimes a hard thing for society to wrap their head around.
Is her ass real?
It looks real. It don't even matter. That shit looks amazing.
Show your camera.
Yeah, show that part. Piece. It's like this free screen on.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
look at that. No, you don't understand.
No, that starts wars. I've seen civilizations go down because of asses like that.
I sure wish I had it. When I look at pictures like that, I just get down and start doing some squats. You know what I mean?
Have you read the 48 Laws of Power?
No.
The first rule is never outshine the master, and they give you like examples in the book, right? I got to read 50's portion of it. He does a good job. So there's a portion of it where there's a king. They use like historical reference where this king looks at one of his servants, and the servant is tall, athletic, etc., or whatever. It just his mere presence made him uncomfortable, so they had to kill him.
Oh, wow.
Right. Servant did nothing, never talked nothing or whatever, but he was athletic. He jumped high, ran fast. He was good looking. He was asymmetrical, wasn't prototypical or whatever. And to have a woman like this around, picture like she is like married to like one of the servants and you're a king. You're like, man, I got to kill this. The wars are started because of body parts like this, man. Her ass is all out jiggling. Niggas don't know that.
Because you got to have that.
These rappers don't know. These NBA players. These Ben Simmons, they don't know how to act.
So the bottom line is we're obsessed with beautiful people. Everyone's obsessed with this woman's business. If she's making any money off of this notoriety of having, seen all these different people, it's because people are nosy.
Oh, and plus, like, you're probably right. She's probably like Jordan in the sack. She's probably killing. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jordan in the sack.
Yeah, pause. Yeah. Pause. She's probably just killing. She's probably like, remember Superhead?
Yeah.
Superhead's head was it. Men were asking Superhead, could you please teach my wife how to give head?
Right. Yeah, it's a problem, apparently. That's what I'm saying. It's not correct. It's inaccurate that anybody could give amazing head. That's not true. Apparently, 80% of women don't know how to do it.
I would say 95.
Wow.
It's awful.
Jesus.
Yeah. What?
Wow. Yeah.
Because we don't, especially like black women. Black women are allowed to.
I wonder how much classes are.
Because, like, it's unfortunate, in my opinion, Black women aren't allowed to be sexually free as other races of women.
I don't know. I think, my take on that, we've talked about this before. Definitely have covered, what 6-7 months of been doing the King-Abrams Show. We've talked about giving head. And my position on that.
So glad you're consistent.
Of course. My position on that is that women that aren't doing that well are women that just really don't want to have a penis in their mouth. I mean, the women that love to do that are doing a fine job, I'm sure. And so the percentage of lower.
Can I get their business card?
I know. Yeah.
It is funny because, even culturally, like, I had an aunt that said that's such an American thing to do.
Oh, really?
For a woman to suck her man's dick. She said,
oh my God, what's wrong with your aunt? I don't think she represents.
I'm probably just an outlier, but I remember her saying that to like a cousin. I was just like, wait, what? I was like, African women don't do that? Like maybe it's a younger generation.
Maybe it's a younger generation.
Because, like, porn's now hitting Africa. So now it's like, oh, that's like that used to be a taboo thing. Like, no, why would I put that in my mouth? That's a whole other topic.
Jesus Christ, you're right.
Yeah, but the younger generation, you know what I'm saying?
We should bring you back on on like
the taboo and like sex and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Diaspora. Am I saying that? I'm not saying that right.
Diaspora. Yeah. It's a whole thing. A and the S.
Like the African diaspora and like sexual stuff.
Oh yeah. Everything's quite. He talks about. Nobody teaches how to have sex. No, it's funny because it depends on different tribes. So if a girl's about to get married, there's like a I'm about to Congo, but there's like a.
So there's like only certain tribes that suck dick.
No, okay, no.
What?
No, but there'll be certain tribes where like when a girl's about to get married, ooh, is it Mungala? Yeah, it's Mungalas, right?
Yeah.
The women, like her mom, grandma, aunts, like say you're getting married March the 4th. So February the 4th, they'll take it from your husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for a whole month, they will train your pussy. This is how you fuck.
What are they doing? Oh my God. So they're wait a minute.
Teaching her how to fuck.
Wait, so like they're giving her rhythmic motions and how?
Yeah, so they'll be in a room or the house or
and all
whatever.
that
This is
stuff?
what you need to do. This is how you keep your husband. This,
Oh
that,
my
all
God.
this other stuff or whatever,
That
right?
is amazing.
Right? Because you got to pass it down. Like, have you ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yes.
Okay, remember that part where the girl's about to get married and their mom and aunts are in the room and it's like, remember, Greek women are lambs in the kitchen, but they're tigers in the bed.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? But it was PG-13. But I know probably traditionally they'll be like, this is how you need to suck his dick and you need to do this and do that.
Oh my God, I don't think I can teach my kids that. I don't think I can do that.
But if but you know she's about to get married, right? But that's the thing, like
maybe when they're older.
I'm assuming they'll get married, they'll be older,
Oh,
right? You know what I'm
God.
saying, right? When she's like in her mid to late 20s or whatever.
Are you gonna teach your sons how to have sex, Samson?
Yeah. Hey, look, let me tell you something, Mr.
They're gonna have to figure that shit out.
My uncle teaches us this is how you use a rubber, this, that, or whatever. Like if you don't teach them, they're gonna be wild out here.
I don't know. There might be a little bit of behavioral genetics sprinkled in there. Listen, my daughter does not fall far from. She has an oral fixation. She's always like with a pen or a pencil in her mouth, right? She's always like with her shirt. I'm like, I know you're playing.
You're awful.
Sam, I can't imagine teaching my daughter on her wedding day and saying,
no, but that's the thing. It would be the women.
Make sure you don't ignore the balls.
Right. Mom and I, we had a great day. Everything's beautiful. I just want to let you know one thing. Do you know how to suck dick? If you don't, your mother's going to, come on, honey.
Look, I'm trying to say, but here's the thing, like, because here's the thing, in Western culture and American culture, everybody's so open. So we talk about everything. Nobody keeps anything quiet, at least the last 10, 15 years. But in like African culture, like, it'll be like, okay, the women did that or whatever, and they talked to her about it, and this is what you need to do or whatever. We're not going to bring it up. You don't do that.
You're just going to have to be on your own.
Yeah, because think about it. Like, nobody talks about sex, but then you'll see, like, how come auntie and uncle have like 7 kids? Somebody's fucking.
So, like, what if my, I'm an old Black Congolese woman and my 40-year-old daughter who's married with kids is having problems with her marriage.
Oh, she goes go talk to the
Are
elders.
you sucking his dick, daughter? Are you sucking his dick? Are you getting the balls? Are you getting all of that?
I don't think it would be that
graphic. That doesn't happen.
I don't think it'll be that graphic, but you'll go to each other's families.
You know, the crazy thing is, I do have recollection. You know, back in the day when we had regular phones, like grandma had rotary phones and you had like, regular phone. And then you could be in another room, pick up the line slow enough and just eavesdrop.
Yeah.
So I would eavesdrop on my conversations with my mother and my grandmother. And like my mom used to talk about the dirtiest shit. Like they were so dirty.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how dirty, nasty.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't just my mom. I know my mom was crazy as cat shit. However, have we all heard?
That'd be pretty disgusting, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna overhear that.
Have you never overheard your parents talking about like dirty shit?
I heard it. Yeah.
Luckily not.
Yeah.
I heard my mother referring to anal sex as anal love.
Anal love.
Anal love. She said it with a singing voice. She sang it.
I'm trying to tell you.
Anal love.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you.
I heard that.
That's a whole other thing. Like you can't. I mean, think about you teach your kids everything. Why wouldn't you teach them that?
I don't think so. Because of my culture.
Well, I mean, the subculture here.
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with that.
But what if she's old enough?
If she's old enough, maybe if I feel like as a last ditch effort to help save her marriage.
Oh yeah. Like
I don't know. Maybe that will come.
Yeah, you're not gonna tell when she's like 15, 16. No, you'd be like, when she's like a grown woman about to get married.
All right, come on, kids, gather around. This Christmas this year, we're gonna have.
This will be so weird.
My grandmother used to do shit like that.
Yeah, she's from a different time. That's what they probably did.
A different time.
Yeah, they probably do it now. It's just like, oh no, well, don't you know you can just find it on the internet? You know what I'm saying? It's like taboo, but it's like, no, it's funny because we'll talk about everything else, but we won't talk about that.
No.
And how?
Because maybe somebody thinks it's child abuse.
Either child abuse.
Social services might come.
Right, but it's just like, well, how do you expect to protect that person from like a disease? They have these urges. Like it's very natural.
I don't know.
I'm not saying talk to a kid, but I'm just saying like. Oh, she's like.
I'm just gonna let them like figure it out on TikTok and like whatever.
That's actually the last. I'll figure out. So TikTok.
There's so many like videos and stuff. There's so much to consume. I feel like they're gonna, I mean, all we had were magazines. You know what I mean? Remember that? Magazines. Fucking drawing dirt. I saw a picture of my daughter. One of them, and neither one of them fessed up to it. There was like a whole, like a woman's anatomy. There was a drawing on the floor cleaning the room, and there was like the whole female anatomy.
You got to talk about it.
And like, I was like, no, I just balled it up, put it in the trash. And I go, which one of y'all drew a picture of that naked lady on the floor? Both of them go, not me. And I was like, end of story. I'm not going to put any more energy.
You got to talk about it because,
well.
Because think about the consequence. What if somebody's interested in that? Something happens and it's like, oh my gosh, mom, I got an STI or worse.
Oh my God. I talk about, I talk about sex with my kids. They know what it is. Uh-huh. They know that there are emotional components that they're not prepared to deal with.
Right.
They know that it can be a beautiful thing and it can also be a very ugly thing.
Yeah.
I'm transparent with them about my sexual abuse from when I was, a child. Right. I do talk to them about it, but there's nothing instructional anywhere in those discussions.
Well, the instruction would be like, from what I've seen, would be like, oh, the girl's about to get married or dude's about to get married. Well, you need to do this, you need to do that.
First, you gotta pull down his pants.
Yes, see, that's the tranny boys coming out. That's why people think.
Then you gotta grab the balls softly. Okay, honey. This is what you say I'm gonna turn into a cigarette.
Oh gosh, yeah, blow the smoke on the balls. But
Once you do that, you wait for the big vein.
Oh gosh, blow smoke in his gooch.
Tickle you really want to be brave.
Tickle his gooch.
You'll check and see how brave he is.
Oh, not that voice.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Wait.
No, I don't think I'll ever have instructional conversations with my children unless they come and ask me as adults.
See, before it used to be like, it would be like a group of women.
That's what we do as grown-ups, but not with like, there's only one generation in there. Right.
But I mean,
as women, we definitely talk about like strategy. Girl had him, it happens with your close friends.
Yeah.
Right.
It
happens.
Should do it with the kids, man. I'm trying to tell you.
No.
I mean, when they're of age and they'll blah blah blah.
No, I don't know where we've gone.
I know.
Definitely not talking about ugly bitches.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, neither one of my daughters are ugly.
No, they're
apparently
wonderful.
Samson's children are also beautiful.
Wonderful kids. They're gonna turn into great, wonderful adults. But yeah, have me back. We'll talk about that because there's different. There's a lot of like social taboo stuff. Like never talk about sex with my parents ever. Culturally, never. I didn't probably openly have a girlfriend until I was like, hey, it's funny. They would know girls would be around, but you never talk about it. You never say.
I remember being at Walmart. I must have been 11. And it was just me and my mom. And she goes, I think your brother Timmy is a faggot.
I think your brother Timmy.
I didn't know how to react to that.
Yeah, that's
the type of shit that happened in the
that's a loud
late
statement.
80s,
yeah,
early 90s. Yeah.
I'm trying to get coconut oil. Like, why are you making a statement in this aisle?
I go, yeah, he's a little strange. I mean, there was a different place and time. I don't know what's normal
for
this generation.
But everything's out in the open, so like
I don't know what's normal, period, because I did not have a model situation growing up. So I'm certainly winging it, and I feel like all parents are.
We're all
no matter what.
I'm not a parent, but we're all trying to figure it out and trying to adjust.
Did your parents have discussions with you about
No, that's what I'm saying. Culturally, what?
Yeah, not even close.
Not
even about sex.
Oh no,
at all.
No.
Did anybody your parents give you the sex talk?
Yes, my parents. I mean, we talked about it a little bit.
That's funny because Dr. Brian King said his parents gave him the sex talk. So and here we are.
My
50-50 black versus white.
Yeah, my mom said, wait till you fall in love to have sex.
So I did everything.
That's
so you did everything but fall in love.
Yeah.
Right.
Keenan's dad talk to us about sex when we were kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I know Keenan and his brother choked his dad out at one point.
Oh yeah, I was there. I was in the living room watching Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's a whole fucking 10-minute bit about it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But not like, yeah, it was like, just how you got rubber, Bileko? Make sure you use rubber. You fucking these hoes. It's like that.
Yeah, it was.
But man, there's no
That was
emotion.
it?
Yeah, there's no emotion. Just like,
You and Keenan sound exactly alike when you're doing impressions of his father.
Oh yeah, big game. Oh yeah.
Yeah. My dad told me before I went to camp when I was like 15. He's like, "Son, here's some condoms." You know, he's like, the Kruppen sperm is very potent, and I was like,
Damn.
The group is
I'm not using condoms.
like, attaboy. You want to feel the real thing, huh?
Bitches at camp, you know.
Damn.
So yeah, Mr. Bacon.
Damn on 2 levels, Samson.
Yeah. I'm not
crazy.
very packages.
Yeah, you were.
It's funny, yeah, it was a big game.
Let me believe that you were.
But yeah,
At camp at that.
prototypical.
Ugly bitches.
It's just
Nobody believes them. It's not fair. It's actually a very horrible thing. We've been joking this entire time. It should be about time for us to wrap. I know you have to go do a comedy show you're performing tonight. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so in an hour, I host an open mic at Hollywood Comedy from 6 to 8, but I have a show at 8 o'clock at the Hollywood Comedy called Andy Van Has No Fans. So it's a wonderful comedy show on 5871 Melrose Avenue, Hollywood Comedy. $10 tickets. Please come. I'm going to be the wonderful host, and we're going to have a wonderful time.
And the owner of the Hollywood Comedy
Yes.
is this an Asian woman?
Yeah, Chinese woman. Zhao
Oh my
Ying
gosh,
Summers.
I just discovered her on TikTok. Say her name.
Zhao Ying Summers.
Zhao Ying Summers.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Um,
She's a better person.
Is she really?
Beautiful.
She's hilarious. I love her. So do my children.
Mhm.
Some of her content I can't show my children, but some of it I can.
Yeah.
She said, "Welcome to my Uber."
Yeah. He sounds just like her.
Thank you for coming to ride in my Uber.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
Yeah, she's
oh
awesome.
my God, she's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, check her out. But yeah, how can the people find you? Got your handle on Bileko Aziza Wissa.
Bileko Wissa Jr., Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Mostly Instagram. I hate Facebook and Twitter. I have a streaming service called Kitoko TV Network, KITOKO TV Network. It is the intersection of the diaspora. So I have some great content creators. We just opened literally last Monday. Hopefully this podcast will be on there, but I don't know. The owner of this podcast is tripping. Hey, Samantha, didn't see you there. We're on Roku channel right now. Our app is in development. It should be released probably this Monday. We have some technical stuff we're trying to figure out. And yeah, like we have content all across the diaspora. So we have talk show, podcasts. We have a game show in the process. We have a cooking show in the process, all across the diaspora. So whether you speak English, French, Spanish, or my language, it's on there or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get some more Black content creators on there. We're looking at Nigeria, Ghana come through, web series, movies, and etc. We're trying to build this network.
Dude, what you're doing is actually pretty darn fascinating. Like this is like some Jay-Z shit.
Lord willing. Because the
Yeah.
one thing I've noticed is, Samantha, like I'm so fortunate. Like I'm so grateful that when my parents came, we moved to LA. So you have like the best of both worlds. Like my dad wanted to live in France before he had me. So I'm happy he didn't. I have the best of both worlds. Like I have the culture from back Congo and Africa, but then I grew up here in LA, and I have like Black LA culture, Black culture, but then it's like everybody moves to LA for we were from the East Coast. Then I went to HBCU, right? So I went to school. I lived in Virginia, and then I have family in New York. So I have like the best of like both worlds. So I'm like, oh, I get to see both. So like I know one of my gifts is I'm the bridge.
Yeah.
Just like other like
So you're gonna bring all that content and all those connections and resources together.
Yeah.
And it's Roku. And say the name of the network again.
Kitoko TV Network. Kitoko in Lingala means pretty, so it's like good TV.
Kitoko TV Network.
Yeah.
And this is the African diaspora. So these are the African, which for people that don't know diaspora, even though I know I've mispronounced that word a million times, it just means the spreading out of a people.
Yeah, spreading out of people. So like we have content. We have a journalist out of Costa Rica. So she talks about like the African side of Costa Rica in complete Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have a development in the, I think, Antigua, a show about Antigua. We have a podcast, Name a Better Duo, where she talks about like lifestyle through faith out of Maryland. I'm actually Baltimore. I don't want to get mad. Baltimore. We got health and wellness doctor out of New York. We got Bokota TV. They're Congolese, but out of Toronto, so they speak in complete French.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? We got
that just sounds so fancy.
Yeah. It sounds fancy. Hopefully, we have King-Abrams Presents out of the Small apartment in North Hollywood. Said, Chad out of Inglewood, California. So yeah, we're here. Yeah, trying to bring the diaspora together, because I think what happened during the pandemic, we all realized, like, even though you can be across the diaspora, we're all still connected.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sub-Saharan Africans, which is like, Black Africans, we're all connected. Yes.
Yeah.
So follow me there.
Yes. So you can find him, you guys. You can see the handle on this screen. It's just too many letters for me to spell it out. Bileko Wissa Jr. Everybody, comedian, biology major, very, very talented, clever, and funny comedian. I can attest to that. You guys, you can also support my podcast and myself and my co-host, who's not present tonight, Dr. Brian King.
Holla.
Yeah, Dr. Brian King and I have a couple of things in common, one of which we are comedians, the other of which is that we are science authors. And so we both wrote a couple of books you can find on Amazon. My book, The Complete Player, is a breakdown of a very humorous breakdown of the neurology of sex, love, lust, heartbreak, and self-worth. That's a mouthful, but it's quite academic, informative, and of course, funny.
Give me a date, and then I'll come back. We'll talk about your book, because we got to talk. Okay, so I have a master's in biomedical science and public health. We got to talk about like the genealogy and what that does to what love and sex does to your body from a scientific perspective. I think it'll be wonderful.
Yeah, it's something that, once people, if people truly had a basic grasp of what that means, the biology and neurology of what love and those chemicals, what those chemicals involved do to you, it sure would take the sting out of a lot of romantic relationships.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Dr. Brian King wrote a book called The Art of Taking It Easy, which has been lingering at the number one bestseller, guys.
Really?
Really. The Art of Taking It Easy. It's his second book. I think he's written 3 at this point. I read the first one, The Laughing Cure, which is hilarious. Great. It explains the science of laughter. But this book has been released in several languages. I believe that there are, if not already published, the audio books in several different languages. And yeah, we're very proud of our co-host, Dr. King, who couldn't be here tonight. The Art of Taking It Easy. Everybody go to Amazon, look up our names or our book titles, and support us. Make sure that if you purchase our books, be a good reader and leave a review. Listen, guys, follow Bileko Wissa and myself and Dr. Brian King online. Again, shout out to our producer.
Yes.
Samson Crouppen. This has been another case. King-Abrams Show. Yeah.
Straight up, I'm serious.
Awesome.